It's mid-October in southern Ontario and nearing the end of one of Canada's most beloved seasons, road construction. This stretch of the QEW has seen its fair share of overhaul in recent years, but the job's not done quite yet. There's still one major bridge that needs to come down to accommodate lane expansion. Over the past 3 years, Priestley demolition crews have been refining their bridge demo skills. Their unprecedented work throughout the province has built them a lofty reputation, and they've widely become known as the premier bridge demolition company. PDI has been tackling large bridge jobs all summer, and as the season comes to a close, all its previous work experience will culminate here in St. Catharines, Ontario. And they'll need to use every bit of know-how and every weapon in their arsenal to remove the 7th Street Bridge quickly and safely and keep this major artery flowing. Located in northwest St. Catharines, Ontario, at the intersection of 7th Street and the QEW, lies a major obstacle in the way of much-needed lane expansion. The 7th Street Bridge is not only the longest bridge that Priestley Demolition has ever been tasked with taking down, but also one of the most important. The QEW that runs underneath this bridge is one of Ontario's busiest highways, with an average of nearly 200,000 vehicles per day in some sections. This vital artery between the United States and Canada cannot afford to be closed for long, and so PDI has just 12 hours to accomplish this massive undertaking.
The 7th Street Bridge demolition is going to be the biggest structure taken down in 12 hours. It's bigger than any other structure we've done and cleaned up in one night. It's a very, very aggressive schedule. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous.
Before the crew even begins to mobilize the equipment to the site, there is a mountain of preparation work that must be done. It all starts here in King Township, Ontario, at the head offices of Priestley Demolition Incorporated. With a successful bid for the job, the head office is where the wrecking ball gets rolling. The senior management team sets up preliminary meetings and maps out the business side of the operation. They determine how many men they'll need for the job, the amount of machinery, and the detailed logistics of the proposed project.
We're going to be bringing equipment that we've never brought to any other job. We're going to be bringing an 8,000 link belt. We're going to be bringing one 650 Komatsu, two 600 Komatsus, all our regular 50-ton excavators. We're bringing rock trucks, loaders. Failure is not an option on this job. We are going to be using everything in our ability through equipment and manpower to get this job done on time.
This amount of machinery isn't just standing by at the yard. The coordination of machinery transport is crucial. Multiple pieces need to be gathered from various job sites, disassembled, and trucked to the St. Catharines site.
We're just setting up this trailer for the attachments. They're gonna bring out the machine, lift this counterweight off and set it on the trailer. So we got, for the 650, we got the counterweight and the hammer, right? I'm leaving the stick on, I just moved it back. Once this is off, that machine's good to go. Then we're gonna grab the 8000 and take it apart, because it'll leave tomorrow.
It's also at this stage that the mechanics will check and double check that these steel beasts are in 100% proper working order.
When we're prepping these machines, we'll see a hose that's got damage, so we'll have to replace it before it goes to the bridge, because you don't want that blown in the middle of the night, because there's no hose shops open.
The crew back at the shop is already on it, leaving nothing to chance.
There's a whole band of service people and mechanics trying to coordinate with what's needed, you know, with operations and get parts and tools and grease and trying to prepare for this weekend work.
Crews from various locations and back at the shop in King are ready to mobilize right on schedule.
We've set all the men up for an 8:30 start. There's no doubt if we can't do it, nobody else can.
Exactly.
Okay, man.
And 10 o'clock Sunday morning, we'll be saying that was easy.
Yeah.
Coordinated, prepped, and artillery mobilized. Job night has arrived. Equipment and crew are standing by for an intense, non-stop 12-hour marathon. Before the highway is shut down, the toolbox talk and some final cautions about moving the heavy equipment into place.
We're just going to try and direct the equipment when it goes out on the highway. We can't mark any of the asphalt. None of this highway gets to be paved or these ramps get paved. So we got to make sure wherever we're going to walk a machine, guys, we're on sand. Once we get the sand in, we got to try and get the 250 tonners on the far side, like in the Niagara bound traffic. So we want to get Frank and Amadeo out there as quick as we can and put them under the bridge before we start knocking it down.
The machines are started and given the once-over. And now the squad waits in anticipation of the looming road closure.
They're going to shut the highway at 10 p.m. tonight, and they're going to reopen the highway at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So it's a 12-hour window. You lose about an hour to the closure and the reopening of the highway. So it's probably more like a 10-hour window to do our work. Come on, guys, get her closed.
Okay, guys, they've got the Niagara bound traffic closed, so let's get ready. Toronto bound traffic will be closed in a minute. You can see flashing lights down there. Hopefully it happens right now. Guys, is that Toronto bound closed?
Toronto bound is closed.
Okay, let's go.
At last, the highway is closed, and the crew springs into action. With no time to waste, they'll start by laying an 8-inch deep layer of protective sand. A dozen belly dumps worth plus loaders and rock trucks to fill in the gaps, all to preserve the roadbed.
Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Get those trucks out of the way. Get them down. Come on, bud. We just put the protection down underneath this highway in about 7 minutes, so the guys got to get at it right away. Like, the name of the game is getting the bridge down, getting the highway open. We can't be waiting too long, so it's happening now, though. It's looking good.
With the sand cushion laid down, the first of the heavy machines move into position, being mindful to stay on their carefully planned paths.
Lots of material there, Dave, too, if you want. I think it's getting thinner out a bit, too, Dave, if you want.
Once in place, some of those machines are used to begin the demolition of the top decking of the bridge. And others attack the barrier separating the eastbound and westbound lanes of the highway, establishing free-flowing access to all areas.
Crank it on the nail. Keep pulling that to the side if you can, guys. Yeah, that one's good. That's the last one. Don't blow a tire, bud. Stand up.
With the median out of the way, all the rest of the machines can get in closer for a mechanical feeding frenzy.
Ryan's running that, and it is literally eating this bridge apart. You're never going to see this. This is just unbelievable. Look at the artillery. These boys are kicking the shit out of this bridge.
The bridge decking is being torn down at an incredible pace from both sides, but it's being done in a very controlled manner. An unexpected collapse could seriously hamper the clearing of the highway for the morning deadline. So every move, every bite, every piece of the puzzle is designed to keep the bridge stable while it's being demolished.
Well, we've got the machines breaking on the back side. They've broken the cantilever off. So they brought it up to the column line so that the bridge stays balanced as we go through it with the demolition. We're going to move to the outside base. We'll use the big equipment to go through, and then we'll bring the big equipment around and start on the outside base again.
With the non-stop concrete crunching, a serious strain is being placed on PDI's fleet of heavy equipment. So, several spotters monitor the site, keeping a keen eye on the machines.
We just gotta watch, keep walking around this equipment. If these guys ever blow a line or get a leak, they won't know it. So you just gotta watch underneath the equipment and make sure nobody's got any oil leak or anything like that.
Water trucks are also on the scene to help keep the dust at a reasonable level. And before the moon has begun to wane, the PDI crew, working as a single unit, has made quick work of what was once the 7th Street Bridge. The work shifts from demolition to processing and cleanup. Torchmen pare down old rebar, and loaders hurry about the landscape in an effort to meet the 10 a.m. deadline.
Demolition went really well. We're done in great time. We're just doing the last bit of cleanup on the road here. I think it's 5:30. We're definitely ahead of the game, and they might be able to open the road a couple hours early. Everyone did very well tonight. Like always, they come together and they make it work. Hell of a team here.
As the sun peaks over the horizon, the team is still hard at work, restoring and cleaning the highway, and packing up the machines in order to reopen the QEW right on schedule.
It's 7 a.m. We're all off the road. You just got to sweep it and flush it and install the jersey barriers where the concrete barrier was removed, and it's a wrap. Couldn't do anything to make it go any better, you know, like everyone was just in the right place at the right time doing the right thing. Everyone really does a great job of working together, and the boys have definitely got this down to a science.
Although tackling such a large bridge in such a short window seemed unimaginable, through hard work and determination, PDI is forging a reputation for making the impossible a reality.